G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode. So this week we're going to do a few bulkheads. So moving over into the aft cabin here, we've got where the poo tank is in. We're going to create a metal bulkhead all down this wall. Primarily this would have been left open like this so you can have access into the engine bay. Since we're not having an engine bay there, it's just really an auxiliary machine space for all the auxiliary items like hot water, water maker and stuff. We don't need full access to service the diesel engine or generator that would have went in there. So we're going to put a steel bulkhead in because it's just going to be a lot easier to keep that clean and keep the water, and instead of having a wooden and fiberglass, it's going to be a lot less work to put a steel bulkhead in there. So we'll get that in there. And I've been contemplating whether or not I leave this doorway in. This is the head, so bench going in there, shower in the middle, toilet on the side. So it would be nice to have access going through there into the sail locker, but realistically it's once again a lot easier to put a bulkhead in there, and we can access the sail locker through that porthole there, the hatch, and we'll put a ladder coming down. And this will be where the generator sits in the corner, another poo tank, anchor locker and sail storage in there. So first things first, unpitch all these welds, unstitch them, and then remove this coaming that they put in. It's a really good job. Whoever made this one did a fantastic job building it. But we'll do all those welds. It's welded on both sides. So it's a bit of work taking all these welds off, and then we'll cut a piece to fit into here and weld it all up. At the same time we'll continue making this a watertight bulkhead. It's welded all the way along in most parts, from probably there all the way down to here is already welded. Large bit of weld up here. That's all welded there, so we've got a little bit to fix up, fill in this piece, weld down there, fill in that piece, that's all welded. There's a spot from there to there not welded, and that's it. So it's pretty good. It's yeah, it's got a lot of good work done to it, but we're just got to finish it off. So let's get started. Gonna make a replacement piece for this now. It might be a bit hard to see because this is a pretty cramped space, but we've got all the welding done across all the way down. So it's nice sturdy bulkhead. We're going to put a stiffener running across the bottom, and that's going to be also a brace for the floor plate. So that's all done. It's a lot easier to do it this way than to create a fiberglass wall with a door and all that sort of stuff. Have it all fed and waterproof. We're going to blast and paint that, and then basically fair all the corners and make sure everything's nice, flat and smooth. Put some gel coat over the top to give us a nice bathroom space. So we cut out a piece here. There wasn't enough material on that big plate to make one full piece. So we've got most of it here, and we've got the other bit of it just sitting there. So it's not quite the perfect shape, so I'm going to put it in place and mark where I'm going to grind to get it to fit perfect. And then we're going to tack it all in and weld it. Well, it took a bit of time and a little bit of hard work, but we got this patch all welded in. Obviously, like I said, it wasn't quite long enough, so I had to add a patch up the top. But it's all ground, nice and smooth, ready for fairing and painting, blast and painting and everything. Nice and strong, don't even have to put any extra supports in there to stop any wobbling, so that's all done. But since I've still got a little bit of time this week, I'm going to start welding up this big long piece here. That's the bedroom there with the double bed and single bed, and we removed this, straightened it all up because it was really poorly put in, and realigned the door, which left this cut in. So happy with its position now. Let's finish it off. Alright, so we got another big lot of welding done. So all along there, down and across. So that's our whole bulkhead internal done. Obviously that's done. I still need to do a little bit of welding to make that watertight. But that's a lot of work and a lot of welding done. So not very exciting, but more progress. So pushing on, I'm going to try and drill some holes for the settee. Sort of left it the other week so that I can get a feel of the angles and where it's going to sit. Pretty happy with its location. So you can almost see, I don't know if it's coming up on camera, there's a faint line there, just there, where this is actually rubbing on the steel. So mind the noise. You can see I'm happy with it in that location, and push it all the way back. Happy with it in that location. So at those two extremities, we'll drill a hole each side. Got the drill ready, and that'll lock it in place. So as you can probably see, that's a perfect size for that pin. However, we don't want that to be size for size, although that is perfect and there's no wobble at all. What we're going to want to a bigger drill bit, because we want to fill that with paint as well, and maybe even have a little nylon shoe in there to stop that hole from opening up into bare metal and rusting. Now that's a solid backrest, and pull them both out and clicks in as soon as it gets into the sleeping position. So as soon as I get a chance, I will put a loop on each end, put a piece of wire in between the two, and we'll have a pull cord come up. But we'll leave that for when the cushions are on. It's a nice easy job for later, but that is really pleasing. So that's another little job done. Alright, so that's a lot of good work done this week. Massive lot of welding. That's like meters and meters of welding done. Got all that steel, cut it up with a plasma cutter, put a whole new bulkhead in, and then filled in that door. Was torn between putting that door in and making it a watertight bulkhead as well. But that's a lot of work to put that in there, and we just couldn't think of making that shower work with a good watertight door in there. I know other people have done it. It's just a lot of work for not a lot of payoff. I'm not going to be having a lot of storage in that sail locker, so I won't really need to access it a lot through the main cabins area here. So I could just go out and then down the ladder, and it'd be a lot easier to finish off that head without having to build a whole watertight door in there. So I'm happy that we made that call. Big giant bulkhead put in the bathroom. That was left open because they would have had a generator in that little room, and they would have preferred a lot more usable access to that generator for maintenance. I'm not putting the generator in there, it's going up forward. So that's just, I don't need to get in there with that much like access. So blocking off that bulkhead, it's going to be a lot easier to fair and complete that bathroom with it like this now. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get up to next week. I still want to do the rudder, but I haven't got parts back for that yet. So if I don't get them, I'm going to start a new job, which is getting the flooring all prepped and set up in both of the heads. That's going to be a little bit of welding and building a new floor. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to do it quite differently. I haven't seen anyone do it the way I'm looking at doing it yet. So it's a whole new process, which I'm going to figure out on the fly. So we've got that to look forward to next fortnight. So let me know what you guys thought for this fortnight, and yeah, leave a comment, a like, and we'll get back to everyone, and hopefully everyone has a good fortnight, and we'll see you again. Thanks, guys.